Okay, hey, welcome to another installment of On Fire Fridays, presented by me, Ron Parisi, with CPA on Fire. Just so those we're joining, we're getting new people all the time. Again, CPA on Fire. We are an accounting, tax, and virtual CFO service provider. We specialize in online businesses and online business entrepreneurs that want to grow, scale their business, and we help them navigate all the financial complexities that come with that growth. Often people really get discouraged as they grow because the complexity grows, right? I mean, it goes hand in hand as things get bigger, right? As you add more people in your team, as you have more customers, there's a level of complexity, and as you as a leader, you need to understand that, and you need to handle that. And at least from a financial perspective, as you grow, having a team member, aka CPA on Fire, help you give the information you need to make great decisions to run a great business. But today, what the topic I would like to cover, I'd like to do not necessarily a book review, but really just was looking around my office, and I keep about 3 or 4 books at arm's length, and I'd like just to talk to you about. I know it's backwards, but it's Scaling Up. And Vern Harnish has just been a really influential leader, thinker for entrepreneurs, and he wrote this book, Scaling Up. I don't know, probably about 10 years ago. I have no idea, but he's got a really interesting section, 2014. Really interesting section about accounting. And I just thought that it'd be interesting to kind of hit some of the high points here as it relates to you, the entrepreneur, the one that's driving the growth, the influence, the impact of your business. And I'm just going to read a couple of things. If you do not have this book, I suggest that you buy it from Amazon. I'm sure it's only like less than $20. Review it. It's pretty quick. Some things are applicable, some things aren't. It's definitely written for maybe a larger organization where you have a lot of team members and some of its management perspective. But man, there's some really good nuggets in here for the online entrepreneur. Whether you're a solopreneur, whether you have a small team, maybe you have an offshore team, maybe you have a domestic team, and really, really important stuff. So anyway, he goes into, I'm just going to read just a little piece of this, right? Accounting, underappreciated, right? And of course, this goes right to me as an accountant. But he says, if the number one weakness of growth firms is marketing, right? Everybody's trying to keep pace. We see the marketing landscape changing from 21 to 22. The number 2 problem is accounting. So accounting is often underappreciated. It is seen as a necessary evil to keep the tax collectors at bay, invoice, collect, pay bills, provide a monthly accounting statements, right? Which, and he goes on to, which is often received at most a cursory view at the bottom line for the P&L, right? So a lot of you guys who are, running businesses, you maybe take a look, hopefully monthly, but you look at the P&L and say, okay, am I making money? That's fine. But he says, accounting is often underfunded as a result. Most entrepreneurs, if they have an extra dollar profit to spend, they're going to invest in either making or selling their product or stuff, right? Those are good uses of money, he says. However, we've seen profits and cash double within a year when business people also devote just a little more attention and resources to accounting. And then he's a big, John D. Rockefeller. He says, John D. Rockefeller was an accountant by training. Hiring just one additional resource, right, allows the workload or enables the entrepreneur to see the following, right? And I'll just cover these 4 points, right? Better cash management, right? I think that's a super important point for growing entrepreneurs. 2, waterfall graphs, which we'll explain shortly, to share more granular accounting data for better decision-making. CPA on Fire, for the most part, our platform is QBO, but we also use a third-party reporting software that keeps everything in a dashboard form. very graphically oriented, really gets to the profit drivers. This way, as the entrepreneur, the clients that we work with get to see the results, get to see trends. And that's number 3 right there, right? Number 3 is trend analysis and early warning systems to support better prediction, right? Man, things move so quickly in the online space, and for a variety of reasons, algorithms, client taste, what worked 6 months ago may not work. What one product launched, what worked 6 months ago may not work this time around. So you always, as an entrepreneur, you always need to see the trends coming at you. And then last is, he's pretty funny. He says 2 sets of books for the right reasons. And we do this a lot as well for our clients, right? There's almost even, more than 2 books, sets of books, right? You obviously have your tax, right? Your tax sets of books. You want to put your company in the best advantageous position for a tax strategy to lower, your number 1 expense, your taxes. And then 2 is sort of your regular accounting, your bookkeeping sets of books, profit loss. And then usually we run a 3rd where that's really like looking at different ROIs, return on investments for different investments, whether that's on a short-term or long-term perspective. So again, very customized sets of books to allow you, the entrepreneur, to focus on the important drivers of your success, whether that's growth, whether that's profitability, whether that's wealth accumulation. So really thought it was a really interesting. I just picked this up the other day and I was reviewing it, and I thought that was really interesting. I'd like to bring to you guys for On Fire Fridays. But again, I suggest, picking this book up. Again, it's Scaling Up by Vern Harnish. And really appreciate your guys' attention. As always, On Fire Fridays, we get together on Facebook Live, 11 a.m. Eastern every Friday, where us, CPA on Fire, try to give you information, tools to allow you to grow your business, to allow you to make a bigger impact on this world. So thank you very much. You guys have a wonderful weekend. We'll catch up with you later.